You sold to Nokia, which is, let's say, a Finnish or European company, though again, a massive multinational. And mine, you sold to Sun, which is a classic, Silicon Valley background, but again, a massive multinational now. Is there a difference in perspective based on their origins, your acquirers?
Should I go? Well, on the national thing, I'm very proud of where I come from, although I don't know what the word "from" really means. But in business, you mustn't be sentimental. You just build your business and you hire the best people, you sell to the best customers. If there's a great acquisition offer, then you sell to them. And you don't think about, is this a European company selling to an American? Introducing such a question just overcomplicates things. Because as business leaders, at the end of the day, we have just one goal, and that is to build a massive, massive success, one way or the other. And that means not looking at the national characteristics. So the fact that MySQL came originally from Scandinavia and was acquired by typical Silicon Valley companies is doesn't mean anything to me statistically. It just so happens that we're serving the same markets, it makes sense. Then to the question about the decision making in selling, that's really for a CEO a traumatic experience when you're building a company and then suddenly you realize that it will be sold, you will be accepting an offer and it will be absorbed by a larger organization. It's just emotionally a very difficult thing to go through. And of course, everyone says, Martin, don't be sentimental, it's all about the money and just do it. And sure, there is that side of it, but when you have hired a lot of people and you have given them an impression, sort of a promise of where we are heading, and you change it, it's a big thing. And when I announced to MySQL's 400 people that we were being acquired by Sun, there was one guy who came to me, a German guy, one of our best employees, who came to me crying and saying, Martin, you have destroyed my dream. That was very bad. He was drunk for 3 days, I think I was drunk for 3 days. Then he came back and said, Martin, I have so many good ideas what we can do with Sun. But it just shows that it was a big emotional thing for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, to second that, basically, I think where you sell to in terms of if it's a European or a US company, that's not the factor. The factor is basically, I think, except for the money, of course, is how well you think will they integrate. Is it very disruptive for how you work? And of course, it's a little different whether you're a foreign company or like a 20 people company, like in our case. And there's been examples of companies in a very similar situation. Finnish company that was sold to Google, for example, where the integration wasn't so successful because basically getting a small team over to the value, the transaction costs are too high, it's too disruptive, right? Basically, you're destroying the company. And I think in our case, what was really very helpful for our decision was that the part of Nokia that we got integrated into was actually 200 meters away, basically in Berlin, and we knew most of the people there. We knew some of the key people there because they were also started before from Berlin. So that made it quite easy for us. But in the end, it's really depends on your situation, right? It's a business decision, so yeah, there's no room for sentimentality there.